Okay, hey guys, what's up? It's Josh Matthews, the Salesforce recruiter, and today we are going to be talking a little bit about how to protect and retain your top performers. Stay tuned. Everyone knows what the hell is going on right now, and it's just a freaking nightmare. Absolute mess. A lot of people in pain, millions out of work. Fortunately, for those in the Salesforce economy, we're a little bit protected because we're already in the cloud, and for the most part, most of us get to work remotely. That doesn't necessarily mean that we'll be able to protect our business in every way possible. So, 5 things I wanted to talk about. Number 1. Identifying our top performers. Often this is really easy. We know who they are. They're the people who make our lives better. They improve business. They accomplish more in less time, but they can be 2x, 3x, 4x the production of a similar average employee. So know who they are and be able to identify them. Create a little bit of a list. Okay, really important thing to note, not every top performer is just a high producer. Often they're the glue. They're the people in your company who are so big on culture and such a great person to have in the office or on Slack or what have you, that they're often the reason why other top performers choose to stay with your firm. So make sure that you're paying careful attention to them as well. Number 2. You need to start communicating with them. Chances are you already have. A lot of people are getting messages and doing a really good job of messaging the entire staff about what's going on in the status of the business. But it's not enough to just do that to everybody. You need to treat your top performers like top performers. That means don't take them for granted and just assume that they're going to hang out and stay with you and that they're doing just fine because they're not the squeaky wheel, right? These are the folks that you're going to want to take some time, have some really good, solid, in-depth conversations and understand what's going on in their life. How are they being impacted right now by COVID-19, by the lockdowns and the shutdowns? See what you can do to help support them, even if it's just lending them an ear. And make sure that they understand that they're valued and they're someone that you really want, no matter what, to retain in the company. Number 3. What's your plan if they get sick? Do you have one yet? Maybe you've outsourced that to another department and they're putting the plan together. But if these people are reporting directly to you and you're directly involved and responsible for the success of the projects and the programs that they're working on, you really need to take it upon your own shoulders to ensure that they've got a good plan for what happens if they get sick for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or much longer than that. So be sure to put together a plan. Make sure that you've got projects documented and that you can look after the business even if your top performers have to go. Okay, number 4. What can you do from a financial standpoint to ensure that your people are protected? It might include putting people on furlough. I got a call just this morning from a very competent technical architect who said, hey Josh, they've cut back my hours and is there any pickup project work? Make sure that you've got some agreements in place with your current employees that allow them to pick up some extra work on the side if you do in fact have to put them into part-time or furloughed status. Look, I'm not a big fan of just getting rid of the most expensive people in a cash crunch. I think it's a much better idea to renegotiate, even temporarily, with some of those high performers. If you can find someone who can do 80% of the work of a high performer for 50% of the cost, you might want to go that direction. But you might rather just go and renegotiate, even temporarily, with that top performer or that more expensive employee that you have to ensure that you get to retain them, all of that IP, all of that experience and knowledge, and still be able to look after them. Step 5. We're identifying the low performers, and they might be culture killers. They might be brand new and just not have the jobs yet to be able to have a lot of value in your company right now if you're in a financial cash crunch. Other things to look for are overall work production and, unfortunately, how expensive are they? That being the case, we do have to identify the people who aren't good for culture, and companies are taking opportunities to remove the people who just didn't really quite make the cut. And look, at the end of the day, if your ship is sinking and you only have so many life rafts, you're going to want to put your very best people on that life raft. And it's important, it's absolutely critical, because if your company doesn't survive, you don't get to hire the people back that you had to let go under really difficult, trying economic times. So in closing, we want to identify our top performers. We want to communicate with them, make sure that they know that they're important to us and that we want to keep them on board. We want to have a plan, a health plan, not a health care plan, but a health plan, just in case they do get sick and they're not able to perform their work. Number 4, we want to be able to renegotiate or strategize financially around how to retain these top performers. And number 5, we want to make room for the top performers, not just today, but also in the future. If you can survive this, you're going to be able to thrive on the other side and pick up market share, hopefully be able to hire even more people. That's great for you, it's great for them, and it's great for the economy. This guy is not a top performer at all. Also, not a top performer.